Right, welcome back everybody. Let's get into some of our regulars before we update you on the news headlines. So let's get to the stories of the day. So these are the stories on the diary. Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Public Service and Administration is expected to receive a briefing from the Auditor General on the audit outcomes for the 2019-2020 financial year in relation to the Department of Public Service and Administration, the National School of Government, Centre for Public Service and Innovation, as well as the Public Service Commission.
Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo is today expected to make a ruling on former President Jacob Zuma's application that Zondo recuse himself as chairperson of the Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture.
And let's have a look at some of the numbers now. These are the Health Ministry's latest COVID-19 cases in South Africa, 754,256. The death rate is at 20,433. 696,820 people have since recovered. And the active cases in South Africa, 37,003.
Right, let's move on to those trending topics now. First up, #taxi strike. And as I was saying to Rob, seemed very quiet on the roads this morning. I did see a few taxis, however. It wasn't, complete blackout, but there is a taxi a strike that was announced for today.
Yeah, indeed it is. And I can see, well, from my perspective, I didn't see a single taxi on the road this morning on my commute to work. So please be aware of this. So this is the letter that we have seen, just saying that on the 18th, this is just one of the letters saying that the 18th of November 2020, due to NTA March that will take place on the day, no taxis. So just be aware. And I can also see that there's a few messages doing the rounds in terms of, the passenger rails and Metro Rail GP and alternative transport and these kind of things. So please be vigilant about this.
And I think, just a quick one on some of the messages that people are putting out. Depressed Soul says, if you're heading to Germiston taxi rank for a taxi, please don't bother. Find an alternative transportation. Taxi people have to be the most selfish people I know. And this one from Just a Punter says, I just got offered a job as a digital marketer and I only need 15,000 followers to get this job. And, now the taxi strike, trying to get there, it all becomes an issue. So people are talking to all these things.
Indeed. All right, the next one, SABC, and that's what's happening here. And I must say, it's a very, very tough time for the SABC staff, and the uncertainty, the blow-ups that happened in the newsroom, which you were all privy to. You saw them. They were, of course, trending all over social media. It was between the news staff and management. A lot of colleagues receiving letters yesterday. These are, of course, this is Patiswa, who is the GE of News, and it was a very, very emotional day and a very tough time. Our colleague Chriselda Lewis, of course, having a lot to say about this, and of course many people just looking in and wondering, what does the future remain for those working here at the SABC? Well, we know that the retrenchment letters, or they have been sort of said, we're putting them on hold in terms of not signing them, but what that means, nobody really knows. So there's lots of uncertainty, and yet there were results released yesterday from the SABC and another dire set of results coming out, and it's just a reality.
More financial losses, and as you say, Leanne, the question is, what does all of this mean? That there needs to be clear answers, because it's no use kicking the can down the road, because someone's still going to have to pick it up there. So what does this mean for all concerned? Everybody who works at the SABC. And when you talk about transparency, this is what we are talking about. Let us know what this means for everybody.
All right, so the last one is Lady Zuma must fall. This one took me a little bit by surprise this morning, because we learnt about the case that's not going ahead anymore, and this was against Java. Now, a lot of people are coming out and saying, blame our justice system and defend her all you like, you man hater. Now you can see everything coming out on Twitter. Angry being fact remains Universal Music Group should cut ties with her. She is toxic for their brand. Our entertainment industry can do without her. And now a massive conversation being opened up about Lady Zuma and Java, and we'll leave it there for now because we need to get into our news headlines. But that's just a very, very quick look at some of the trending topics on social media.
Right, with that, let's get into our 6:30